So we'll have kind of a gentle practice, but you guys know that even when I guide us through a gentle practice, I really like us to move with intention, to be extremely thoughtful about everything that your body is doing, and notice your breath too. If you can, link your movements to your breath and activate your body whenever it's possible. So when you do things like when we start out in our side stretch, spread those fingers wide. And if you want to test how that impacts a pose, you can try it with a relaxed hand and then stretch those fingers wide and reach a little further and notice the energy change in your body when you do that. You'll hopefully notice that it feels very different. And if you choose to have just a super relaxed practice and not do that, that's fine too. But just if you like the idea of having a gentle practice, but also still working, then keep that in mind when you move into the various poses that we'll do together today. So having said that, come to a comfortable seat. I always invite you to sit up on a block. So we're going to start in our comfortable seat. Maybe the hips elevated, as I mentioned, on a block or on a blanket, with the knees then a little lower than the hips. Of course, you can also sit with your glutes connected directly to your mat, and then anchor your seat. Notice your shoulders. Try to have them in line with your hips. Let the shoulders fall away from the ears, sort of move down your back, almost like we're trying to hold a pencil between the points of our scapulas. And then nice normal neck, lengthening that neck through the top of the head with a neutral chin position. Your fingertips can rest on your thighs and pressing them down very subtly, holding them in place. Draw the elbows back and notice how that opens through the heart space. And then follow your breath, noticing the ins and outs. Taking note of the length of the inhale and exhales, and without forcing the breath, trying to match the length of both. So continue 5 full more rounds of inhales and exhales. And then when you're ready, if your eyes are closed, you can flutter them open. If you're up on a block, you can remove it. We will be moving into a twist, so if you have a block handy, you might want to place it behind your seat. And let's start with some gentle trunk rolls. So on the inhale, lengthen, and then exhale, come forward, and then begin to rotate. You exhale as you go to the side. Inhaling as you come forward. And then repeat this, but move in the opposite direction. Feel free to really wiggle those shoulders as well. So make any movements that feel good this morning. And then after a few full circles in each direction, come up to a nice comfortable seat. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, right hand lowers, stay on the fingertips. Press that left glute down. And here's an opportunity to play with this pose, either with a relaxed left hand or really activate the left hand, widening the fingers from each other and reaching through the left fingertips. And as you press that left glute down, draw the left elbow back a bit to keep the left chest open. As long as your neck feels okay, you can gaze under that left arm. And you can stay here or lower down to the palm. Press into the palm at the same time as you press down with that left glute. Keep the breath flowing. And again, you can stay wherever you are, or we'll take it a little deeper to that right side, bending the right elbow, reaching the left fingertips a little further and pressing down with the left glute. And then inhale up to the center and exhale, now taking it to the other side, starting with the fingertips touching over to that left side, choosing whether have active right hand or relaxed right hand, drawing the right elbow back, pressing the right glute down. Even inhales and exhales. Staying there or lowering down to that left palm. Maybe gazing up under that right arm. And then taking it just a little further. Pressing down with that right glute as you add a little bend in the left elbow and continue to reach the right fingertips over to the left side. And then inhale to the center, and let's release that tension by moving into a twist. Keeping the spine long, bring the left hand to the right knee, and the right hand presses down behind the seat as you begin to gaze over your right shoulder. With the inhales, we pull up through the top of our head, getting a little taller. And on the exhales, we try to deepen the twist. And then inhale up through the center, and exhale, take it to the other side. So now the right hand is resting on the left knee, the left palm is pressing down behind the seat, and your drishti has moved over the left shoulder. Inhale back to the center, and exhale, release the hands down to your knees. Let's inhale, arms up again, and exhale, start to come forward. And at a certain point, let the hands come down, and then walk them out. Just go as far as it feels comfortable. And try to avoid rounding too much. Just going to open those hips gently. On the inhale, begin to walk the hands back. And now let's send the legs long and flex the feet. Press the thighs down so they connect with the mat, the calves connect with the mat. We'll move into our Paschimottanasana. Now remember, when we fold over our legs here, you're welcome to round your spine and bring your forehead to your shins as long as you have really good bone density. But if you have any T-scores that are low enough to put you in the osteoporosis category, you want to keep a flat back. So together, we'll inhale, arms up, and on the exhale, we'll hinge forward at the hip crease and really reach the arms long over the legs. And let the hands come down so you can keep a flat back if you have a low T-score. Otherwise, feel free to round and bring your forehead down towards your shins. Hopefully you feel this nicely in your hamstrings. We always try to use our core when we come out of this. So lift your arms and reach, maybe even beyond your feet. And remember, those feet are flexed. And then as you inhale, you come up with control. Release the arms. Bring the right knee in and then cross the right foot over the left. We're going to inhale, arms up, and exhale. We're going to add in a twist. You can bring the back of the left arm to the outside of that right thigh. Just be careful as you press the right hand down behind you and deepen the twist. Notice if that left leg has relaxed. See if you can engage the muscles in that left leg. So the left foot remains flexed. On the inhale, arms come up, legs get long. We'll bring the left leg, cross it over the right. Take a breath. And now exhale, bring the outside of the upper right arm to connect with the outside of the left thigh. And twist to the left. This time it's the right leg that's active with the flexed right foot. Now, just like in our previous twist, we try to stay long, especially through the inhales. And with the exhale, we often can deepen this twist. Inhale, arms come up. Release the arms, release the legs, and let's take it into another side stretch with the sole of the right foot into the left thigh. Again, activate the muscles of the left leg. Bring your fingertips down to the mat so that you can get really tall as you square yourself off to that left leg. And now, just like when we did the Paschimottanasana, we're going to hinge at the hip crease once we start to hinge and try to avoid rounding your spine. So inhale, arms up, and exhale, reach. Go as far as you can with a flat back, eventually lowering your hand. With a flat back, you can actually press your chest forward a bit. If your head is lowering towards your shin, just be gentle. You could hold on to that left foot. And then we come out like we did when we did Paschimottanasana. As we inhale, we lengthen over that left leg, reach the arms, maybe even beyond the left foot. And on the inhale, come up. Exhale. And then we'll take it to the other side. So the left foot inside of the right thigh. Setting this up. Fingertips pressing down as you lengthen and square off to that right leg, activating all of the muscles in the right leg, flexing the right foot, and then inhaling, arms up, reaching through the fingertips, and exhale, hinging at that hip crease and folding over that right leg, keeping a flat back, rounding gently as you bring the forehead down. Maybe holding on to that right foot. Using our core to come out of it. So inhaling to the flat back. And coming up. And releasing the arms and moving into your tabletop. Set yourself up, get your knee pads going if you need them, or blankets. Make sure those knees are hip distance apart. Hands are under your shoulders. Fingers spread wide. Moving into some cows and cats. Inhaling, dropping that belly, lifting the tail, lifting the gaze. And exhale into your cat, avoiding rounding extremely here if you have decreased bone density. Inhaling into cow. Exhaling into cat. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. And last one together. Inhaling. Exhaling. Back to your tabletop. Walk the hands forward and let's add some circles here. And it doesn't matter which side you start in. But just take some nice big circles. Do 3 in one direction, and then after the third one, you can switch directions. And then we'll meet back up in our tabletop, and we'll move into some gentle wrist stretches. So begin by turning the fingertips of the right hand towards the long side of the mat, and then do the same with the left hand, and then add some gentle movement into this pose. You can rock side to side. You can make circles. Very gently opening up those wrists. And then we'll take it a little further, aiming the fingertips towards the knees. And just do one hand at a time here to start. See how it feels. We'll flip that right hand so the fingertips are facing the side, and then we'll move the left fingertips so they're pointing towards the left knee. Either making circles or just some gentle movement. And then see if you want to test it out. Try both fingertips facing the knees. Just be very careful here as you test this out. And then flip both hands so the fingertips face the top of your mat. And now we're going to turn the right hand over and very gently come on to the top of that right hand. Very carefully again, softly add some movement. And then release that right hand, and we'll do the same with the left. So flip it. So the top of the left hand now is pressing down into the mat. A little gentle movement. And then release. And now sit back onto your heels and shake those wrists out. Make some circles. And then flex and clench your fingertips. If you happen to be in a TJ Maxx or Marshalls or on Amazon, you can always grab a ball here. I think I have one handy. I'm just going to show you. You probably all know this, but you can certainly do what I was doing. And you can also get one of these balls if you have one. And it's a really great way to try to build your hand strength by using a ball. And I think especially as we get older and some of us develop a little arthritis in our hands, this is a good thing to try to do. And we should probably all be doing it on a daily basis. And then you can release the ball. Let's come back up into our tabletop, and let's move into our balanced tabletop. We'll shift weight into the left hand and raise the right arm and reach it to the top of the mat. Notice your breath. Next inhale, shift weight into the right knee. Press the left leg out behind you and press through the left heel. So you're pressing through the left heel and you're reaching the right hand to the top of the mat. Exhale, lower the left knee. Lower the right hand. One round. Cow and cat. And then we'll take it to the other side. Inhaling, left hand reaching for the top of the mat. Taking it slow to start. And then inhale, shifting weight into the left knee and lifting the right leg and pressing out through the right heel, reaching for the other end of your mat. Exhale, lower left hand, lower right knee, and another round of cow and cat. And now we'll add on, challenging ourselves just a little bit more. So inhaling, weight shifting into the left hand, reaching the right hand towards the top of the mat, shifting weight into the right knee, lifting the left leg. 5 breaths here. Take that right arm, bring it out to the right side. Keep pressing through the left heel. 5 breaths here. Keeping it out to the side or reaching the right arm back, reaching for that left foot. So now you have a little back bend. Try to keep the left knee in towards the right leg. Notice that quadricep stretch. Then we release with control. Returning to the variation where you're pressing through the left heel. The right arm is out to the side. And the right arm reaches for the top of the mat. And we release the left knee and the right hand, and this time we'll press back and come into a child's pose. Give the arms a rest. Let the arms rest by your sides. Let your heart rate settle. Connect with your breath. On the inhale, return to your tabletop. And we'll take that to the other side. Inhaling, left arm reaches for the top of the mat. Weight shifts into the left knee as you press out through the right heel. Even inhales and exhales. And then move that left arm out to the left side. You fall out of this pose. Try to come back in. And then your choice. Stay here for another 5 breaths or move the left hand towards the back of the mat so you can reach for that right foot. Add in a gentle back bend, bringing the right knee in towards the left leg. With control, we send the right leg long again, the left arm out to the side. Then move the left hand so that it reaches for the top of the mat. And then lower the left hand, lower the right knee, and back to your child's pose. On the inhale, back to your tabletop. And we're going to do the thread the needle pose. Shift weight into the left hand. As you inhale, raise the right arm out to the side. And then bring the right hand underneath and move it over to that left side. And as you do so, walk the left hand towards the top of the mat. Press into the top of that right hand. If this is feeling good, stay here. This is a nice gentle stretch. Or as you inhale, the left arm raises up and then comes around your back and reaches for the right waist or maybe for the right thigh, and you press the left shoulder back, all the while still pressing into the top of the right hand. If you're looking for a little more, you can send the left leg out towards the palm of the right hand and press the left shoulder back. You always come out of this very slowly, so rebend that left knee as you unwind. Bring your left arm down to your mat. As the right arm releases, it comes out to the right side. And then we find ourselves together back in our tabletop, ready to take this to the other side. So inhale, left arm out to the side. Exhale, bring it underneath, coming down onto that left shoulder, walking the right hand towards the top of the mat and pressing into the back of the left hand. Stay here. This is feeling great. Or as you inhale, raise the right arm up and come around behind you and rest on the left waist, or maybe reach for the left pocket. And we open that right chest by bringing the right shoulder back. Maybe taking it to the next level, sending the right leg out to the side with the right foot close to the left palm, continuing to press into the back of the left hand. You come out of this very carefully, first bending the right knee and then unwinding so that the right hand comes back to the mat and the left hand releases from underneath, comes out to the left side. And then down to the mat into your tabletop. We're going to come up onto our knees. We're going to inhale, arms up, and exhale. Let the right hand come all the way down and reach over to the left side. Inhale, come back up, and then exhale, left hand down to the left side. Switch weight into that left knee. And we can find ourselves in a modified side plank. It also resembles our Ardha Chandrasana, our half moon pose. Flex the right foot. Foot can be lifted, foot can be down. On the exhale, release and come back up. Settle in, connect with your breath. We'll inhale, arms up, and exhale. Slowly let the left hand come down to the left side. Start to lower down a bit, and then bring the right arm over to that left side. Inhale, come through the center. Exhale, slowly. As you start to lower, let the right hand come down to the right side. Shift weight into the right knee. And come into that Ardha Chandrasana style side plank. Flexing the left foot and pressing to the left heel. Bend the left knee. Bring the arms up. Hands to the heart. And then release, and we'll widen our knees to the edges of our mat. And slowly come into our extended child's pose. So heels and seat connect. Our forehead lowers. Big toes are touching. Long spine here. On the inhale, lift up enough to take the arms to the right side. Left hand rests on top of the right hand. Pay attention to that left glute. Try to keep it connected to the left heel. On the inhale, lift up enough to walk the hands through the center, over to the left, right hand on top of the left, lower the forehead down. This time, pay special attention to the right glute and the right heel, trying to keep them connected. Let's come into a tabletop and curl the toes under and press back into a dog. Let's widen the feet to the edges of the mat. Walk the hands back about 6 inches. Left hand to the center of the mat. Inhale, raise the right arm and open to the right side. Exhale, lower that right hand, replace the left. Open to the left side. Exhale, lower that left hand. Walk the hands forward. Bring the feet back so they're hip distance apart, and press back into your dog for 5. Lower those heels. Press the chest back towards the thighs. Head hangs freely. Inhale up on your toes. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward, and walk the feet up to meet your hands. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale and lower. Keep the knees bent a little bit as you heel toe the feet so they come to the edges of the mat. And now bend those knees more and find yourself in a squatting pose. So hopefully I didn't lose you. Elbows can press into the thighs, close to the knees. Try to keep a nice long torso here. And then we'll lower the hands down, press into them as you begin to straighten the legs. Heel toe the feet close together. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale and lower. And then inhale, come up. Hands to the heart. Mountain pose. Close your eyes and take 3 breaths here. We'll flutter the eyes open. We'll do some gentle sun breath now that we've warmed up nicely. Inhale, arms up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. And inhale. Come all the way up. Hands to the heart. Mountain pose. Second sun breath. Inhale, up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, finding length. Exhale, lowering. Inhale, coming up. Hands to the heart. Mountain pose. Last sun breath. Inhale, up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, flat back. So lower hands. Inhale, come up. Hands to the heart. Mountain pose. Take 3 breaths here. We're just going to do one standing pose sequence. So find yourself in your mountain pose. We'll do very gentle here. On the inhale, come into a high lunge. We're going to take this slow, Linda, so hopefully this will feel comfortable. Don't push yourself too much here. We'll spend 5 breaths in our high lunge, reaching the fingertips up, pressing through the right heel, nice bend in that left knee. And this is where I want you to be really careful here, Linda. Take a breath, and on the exhale, open to that left side. So right hand reaches for the top of the mat, or left hand reaches for the other end of your mat. And then inhale very carefully back to your high lunge. And then exhale, let the hands come down to the mat. You might need to move the right foot back some. We're going to keep the right hand on the mat inside of the left foot. And then we'll raise the left arm up as we open to the left side. Exhale, lower that left hand. You're on the toes of the right foot. Step the right foot forward, come into a forward fold. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale and lower. And inhale. Come up. Hands to the heart. Mountain pose. Taking that to the other side. Inhale. High lunge. Stepping the left leg back. 5 breaths. Carefully now. Open to that right side. Arms parallel your mat. Gaze is over towards the back of your mat. Inhale. Come back to your high lunge. On the exhale, let the hands come down to the mat. You might need to walk those left toes back a bit. Keep the left palm connected to the mat. on the inside of that right foot and open the right arm to the right side and up. Gaze up at that right thumb. On the exhale, lower that right hand and step the left foot forward, come into a forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale and lower. And inhale, reverse swan dive. Come up. Hands to the heart. Mountain pose. 5 breaths here. Let's come into our balance pose, into our tree. You're in your mountain pose. Press into all 4 corners of your feet. When you're ready, on the inhale, shift into that left leg. Raise the right knee and come into your tree. Hands can be at the heart. You can reach your arms up towards the sky. So that right foot can be anywhere. You just want to avoid pressing on that left knee. The hands come back to the heart. If they're outstretched, raise the right knee and lower it down with control if possible. And then walk it out, taking our tree to the other side. Starting in your mountain pose, shifting weight into the right leg, hands to the heart, lift the left knee, find your tree. Releasing with control. And back to your mountain pose. Making our way down to our mat. Inhale, arms up. Exhale and lower. Inhale, finding length in our flat back. So lowering hands, stepping back to our plank and lowering as slow as we can. All the way down. And then flipping over onto our back. Right away into our inversion or waterfall pose. Legs are in line with our hips. Our feet are flexed or pressing through our heels. Arms relaxed by your sides. Eyes closed or soft. Let's transition into our fish pose. So with control, let the legs lower down. You can press up onto your elbows and your forearms. Toes reach down for the mat as your head falls behind you. Release. Lower lower down, bring the soles of the feet to your mat with heels close to your seat, arms by your sides. 3 moving bridges. Inhale, lifting the seat. On the exhale, lowering down. On the inhale, coming up. On the exhale, lowering down. And last one. Inhale. And then exhale. And then bring the soles of the feet together. Let the knees fall out to the side. Supra Baddha Konasana. Right hand to the belly. And left hand to the chest. Start to slow your breath down. Let your heart rate settle. You can release your hands to the outside of your thighs so you can bring the knees back together, and then bring the knees in. Hands reach for your shins. Press the tailbone down, Apanasana. Add a little movement, rocking side to side. And then come to stillness and open arms to a T. Take an inhale, and on the exhale, keeping the legs together, let the knees fall to the right side and your gaze move to your left hand. Inhale. Bring the knees back to the center and then let them fall to the left side. Gaze moves to the right hand. Both shoulders stay connected to the mat. And then inhale. Let the knees come back to the center. We'll finish off with a happy baby. Let the knees widen. Reach for the arches of your feet. Keep the tailbone down. And your choice. Stillness, or you can add some movement. And then when you're ready, you can release the hold on the arches and let the legs get long on your mat. Toes point to the sides of your mat, your arms relax by your sides, palms facing up. Eyes closed or soft. Continue nice, soft breath. Relax in your Shavasana. Start to deepen your breath. Gently make some movements with your fingertips and your toes. Let your head fall to one side and then the other. And then when you're ready, arms overhead, legs long, whole body stretch. Gently coming on to your side and making your way to a comfortable seat. Hands will come to the heart. Dip chin towards your chest. Let's take a deep inhale and exhale together. Thank you for your practice this morning and celebrating the divine spark that's in each and every one of us. Namaste.